Some great guests in studio with me today. It's Ron, John, and Dave. They're on the air, and we are talking Pancakes in the Park. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
How are y'all doing?
Good. Great.
Good to see you. We have a big event this weekend is Pancakes in the Park, the last weekend in July. It's at Kneeland Park. John, must be with the Shelton Kiwanis Club. Is that right?
Actually, I'm wearing my Kiwanis apron. It's an interesting story for me. I joined Kiwanis. I'm the newbie here, but when I joined Kiwanis, there were lots of different jobs. But apparently, I inherited one, which is the batter boy. So I decided that I'd wear my uniform today, which is my apron.
And
I don't want. Yeah, it's clean right now, and I have the secret recipe for the pancake mix in front of me. You can't look,
okay,
but it's here. My friend Bob Edwards and I will be stirring probably about 150 dry pounds of pancake batter, all by hand.
Well, I mean,
we can't get the concrete mixer they used to use.
No, I mean, there's probably regulations against that now, and by hand's the only way to go to get all the lumps out, right?
Oh, well, we leave them in so that there's a contest for that. So.
What are some of the events that happen throughout the day? Either you guys want to jump in on this one? What, besides all the food and fun, people from all over come. It's a family reunion for Shelton. What are some of the things that's going to be going on?
Well, I think just memories are a big thing for most of us. We were just talking this last couple of days, people we knew, and that always comes up about this time of year that were very active years ago, and I think just memories of that comes back to me, but I just enjoy the people. And people come, class reunions, family reunions, they come every year.
So generations.
Absolutely.
What's the longest generational family, great grandma, grandma, mom, kids, great grandkids? You guys see a lot of that?
Oh, yeah. In fact, Ron probably could tell you the story about the people that were here, on their honeymoon, and they come back every year?
I had a brother-in-law that was on their honeymoon, came through Shelton on their honeymoon, and it was about the second one, and he's been coming back every year that they're in the state of Washington.
Oh, my gosh.
So I look forward to seeing him every year.
Dave, what do you like most about the Pancakes in the Park?
Well, I like one of my jobs is going around and kind of talking to people at the table while they're eating, and just seeing old friends is always a good pleasure for me.
That's a job description that you have there that day, just walking around?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good job.
I've been getting away with it for 30 years.
So that's why I'm doing the batter. That's it.
Oh. Now the case closed.
Oh, the secret's out now.
You've been walking around the whole time.
I've tried. Actually, it was interesting when I first started. I had the coffee detail pouring coffee. That was pretty easy. Then they graduated to the ham, which was basically the griddle. And I think I smelled like a smoked ham for about a week. I've since apprenticed out with one of our members whose health hasn't been that great lately, but I was assigned to him, and I thought this isn't going to work because I was watching him do this. He says, you got to make sure you get all those lumps out. Stir, stir, stir. A real technique. So after about 2 years, he said, I think you're good to go on this, and let me do my own batch on my own.
Uh-oh.
And
Did you tell anybody that day that it was your batch? Or?
No, actually, we held off on that purposely. And I think when Bill's last time was there, Bob Edwards, who's a member, stepped up, and the two of us are doing it now. So there's this secret. I mean, it's a special area back there. Nobody gets too close because it's truly technique.
Cordoned off.
Yep.
Security checkpoints.
Actually, it's a safe place to put people who stay out of trouble. But
what are some of the most unique ways you've tried to get people to come down to Pancakes in the Parks over the years? I know you mentioned the cement mixer, but that was a real thing you brought down, parked it right on the railroad tracks.
Actually, Ron probably could tell you all about that.
Tell us that, Ron. That's a good story.
Well, Bill Summers and Dean Palmer, they would come up with something every year. And the year they stopped the train on 7th, right at the tracks on Railroad, stopped the train and had a table all set up, and we had the engineer and the fireman would come off, and we fed them right in the middle of Railroad. Was probably the most memorable one. I'd hate to think of doing that now. We'd probably be in jail. And then they had barges of batter come in, and they had cement makers. That's something they do every year.
Oh, that's so fun. And still every year. Well, this is the what, 67th? Is that what you were saying?
67th. And the ever famous these are collector's items. I mean, at least until you turn them in.
Until you
for
turn them
breakfast,
in.
but,
So what's the price for this weekend?
$8.50.
Or two
kids.
Two kids.
Yep, absolutely. And it's
What if
an
the
all-
kids can eat more than the adults can?
I've seen that happen.
This is advertised as all you can eat.
And people do.
Yes.
They wait all year to come downtown and have some pancakes. So what else is on the menu? Pancakes, you mentioned ham,
There's
coffee.
the ever-famous ham, orange juice, milk, sausage.
Oh, that's what I signed up for this year. I signed up for orange juice.
Oh, you're doing something different?
Yeah. I just remembered.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be
Well,
pouring
actually,
orange juice.
we do job shadowing, but my problem is I got caught in shadow.
Yeah, for sure.
So no, it's fun actually. And I was sitting in church on Sunday, and one of my, I always say this, it sounds like half the city. One of my former students came up to me, and actually she was in my first graduating class that I had. Her brother, a state trooper. She said, I think Mark's coming home this weekend. I told him we were having pancake breakfast, the family reunion, and he better come home. So that's what people do. They
People
plan
come
ahead and
from all over.
Oh yeah, it's they mark their calendar. Know it's the last Sunday in July.
So why is it the last Sunday in July?
We had a member of Walt Eckert, and he was the unofficial weatherman, and he lived out on Stretch Island. And for years he'd kept records, and for like 50 years before the first pancake, and that was the driest weekend of the year, and that's why it was picked. And it's been on that same date in the same place with the same menu for 67 years.
Man.
Dean Palmer, we were talking one time. We didn't have the year down perfectly, and so we knew it was on the 1949, 1950, or 1951, and we decided, let's go with 1950. So with 1950, this makes the 67th year.
Sure.
You know, the interesting thing, way back when they started, we served whatever people wanted. You know, like we had waffles.
Oh.
We had eggs any way you like them. We had a whole regular restaurant menu kind of laid out there. Well, then finally the light turned on for us, and we decided that's not labor intensive.
No. I mean, how many people, what's the max you've seen there?
We were just looking at an article, and Dean Palmer said about 1,500 was probably the most we've ever fed.
I mean, if 1,500 people asking for a different style of egg, that'd take all day.
It would.
That would take all day.
Actually, one of the neatest things that's happened, I think, is the fact that, I mean, I jokingly call it Meals on Wheels, but just putting all of the equipment that we have on a trailer. So you just back it in, and it's right there, you know, position it, and plug it in, and of course it has a grill that Ron can tell you about more than anybody else, but that thing alone should have a bronze plaque on it.
I would say so, yeah. So where'd this thing come from? The old ITT Rainier guys?
Yeah, they built it. In fact, there's one of the builders just passed away this last week.
Okay.
And I think there's still one left. But at one time, we had a member in the club that had an airplane, and he literally flew over town and threw out paper plates, reminding everybody at the pancake feed was coming up. And then he had, with a loudspeaker system, at 5 o'clock in the morning, he'd drive through the neighborhoods with the loudspeakers and
Pancakes coming.
pancakes coming.
Good luck doing that these days. I'll tell you what. That's funny. So this weekend, 7 o'clock, do people need to get there early, start getting in line?
Actually, they do. I think they start hovering even before 7 o'clock. So.
Okay.
And it's interesting, you know, I jokingly, and Ron said about the weather, I think that's fascinating. I wondered why those people showed up in tuxes and wedding gowns. Maybe it's because that's a wedding weekend also. They just
it's a great
drop down
weekend for weddings.
But seriously, no, people show up early, and it's kind of a wave thing. You can, I mean, a lot of people, you know, go to church and you see this wave thing come through. But there are people, David can tell you, he's run out, you know, done all the work on the tables a lot of times. It really, truly is. Again,
How Dean Palmer used to get them in by blocking First Street.
Yeah, well, one time we had a county sheriff that was a member of our Kiwanis Club. We still do, but this was quite a few years ago, and he would actually show up in full uniform and stand out there and stop cars. and point that the sheriff's department hasn't cooperated on that one for
On
many,
that level
many
like
years.
that.
Yeah.
Done that.
So
That's
it's
funny.
you ask about what all the history, but I think one of the things that's really impressive about it is even though sometimes sales may be off a little bit, is the money we raise all comes back to community.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of the groups, the outreach groups? It's the kids in the community that get the bulk of this.
Go ahead, Ron.
No, one of the things that the scouts do for us, they are our security on Saturday night. We bring the stuff down Saturday night, and we have a couple of scout troops that stay down there and spend the night. And I was just talking to a gentleman the other day, and he said 50 years ago, he was a Boy Scout, and I stayed the night in the park.
Oh my
As
gosh.
security, and I said, well, they've been doing it for all these years.
Those stories have got to just be, those stories have got to mean something to you. Those people come back year after year, 50 years later. Holy moly. So where do we get the tickets?
Well, gee,
You
you
just
can
happen
call
to-
Ron, you can call Dave. I have some. I think every member has tickets.
Okay.
You could call Ron's phone number and get them. We'll see that people get them.
Okay.
And actually, we had a package program this year, which is still going up till the last minute. We have 3 levels: 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star, and then basically it's 8, 12, and 20 tickets. I just sold a pack to a local business of 20. And that's actually a good way to go because you get 20 tickets for $130. So if you do your math and multiply 850 times 20, buying the package. And for a lot of families, buying a package is a good way to go too
Sure.
because they have a lot of people show up for the reunion.
Well, I think about that. You say 8, 12, 20. That sounds like a large number, but people's families, that's not.
Oh, absolutely.
And they save $2 on every ticket that way.
Oh, it's a good deal.
Yeah, it is.
So this Sunday, get there early, but the pancakes start spinning at 7.
We have trial runs early, but that's to make sure that the grill is providing those golden brown ones and gives me an opportunity to perfect the
Tweak that batter.
tweak that batter, that whisk, you know.
Yeah, so it's quality control time before 7.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, guys. Well, I wish you luck throughout the rest of the week selling those tickets. I know it's not a hard sell around these parts as people come from all over. 67 years for Pancakes in the Park. This Sunday morning at Kneeland Park, and it all helps out the Shelton Kiwanis Club, and they in turn help out a lot of the youth organizations around these parts. Ron, John, and Dave, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You bet.
7:23 right now, and we'll be right back after this.